don't feel like being on live, but God is telling me to say this. And I'm only saying this because it's fresh in my spirit. And I'm really just passionate about people understanding that you can study the mind. If you can understand that studying your mind is so important, you will understand how to make money in any situation. And I've been holding back a lot. Like, I feel like I'm truly intellectual, and I really am just passionate about picking my brain, picking other people's brain, observing. Like, people can be studied, and if you can study what goes on in your subconscious mind, then you can have an easier life, I feel. And please forgive me because I still don't have no voice, because like I'm just really going through it spiritually. So I'm not at my healthiest. But God is just like, this is what you do in 2022. So get over it. But yeah, I want to talk about the Black community and trauma bonding. The reason why I want to talk about this is because my babies left about, like, I don't even know. They left about 4 hours ago. And about 4 hours ago, I just left the house. Like, I couldn't stay in these four walls by myself because I really am so used to my babies that it just kind of threw me off. Just not having them with me just threw me off because they're my babies. Like, the relationship I have with the father of my kids isn't really natural. Like, you should be in spiritual alignment with your partner when you have babies. So when you have a disconnection with your partner and you have babies, that is what is going to bring trauma. You know what I'm saying? So if Black people understood the reason why you don't want to have kids unless you have a connection for real with the parent is because it's going to create a trauma bond. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to have a trauma bond. But the only way you can reverse that is if you understand that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think I just cut it off. Sometimes I just cut off randomly. Sometimes my phone dies. I'm just random like that. I'll just cut it off because I find it awkward sometimes to just say bye. But that's because I'm a new influencer. You just gotta get used to who I am or what. I don't care. But I don't remember what happened. Yeah, it went really well. I did a video about me being humble about it. Like, honestly, it like I was I was like, before she came, I meditated on being myself because, as Black women, we try to please people, but sometimes that involve pleasing people involves being outside what you would do naturally. So I decided to be me naturally. Like, I naturally didn't feel like saying much to her, so I didn't. I naturally didn't want her to come in the house, so I didn't let her come in the house. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had boundaries. Black women have an issue with boundaries. So I just put up boundaries because of that's my limit. Like, I don't really feel like dealing. And it has nothing to really do with her. It's just like, me personally, I don't have the capacity for her. And I just put up boundaries and I just didn't feel guilty about it. That's all. It was no issue. And you know what? I respect her more for that. Really. I really respect her more for just letting me be me and taking the kids. Like, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm favored. Period. You know how many people's kids will have to go to foster care? You understand? That's why I'm like, ain't no hate in my heart. I'm hurt. I be hurt, but I don't be hating. That's just not me. I don't care what the internet say. I don't have to be hateful. Nobody has to be hateful. Like that is overrated, especially in the black community. Yeah, there's not much I can say but hi and see you later because that's she doesn't want anything deeper with me. She's already said that. Hey, why I keep going away? Yeah, I mean, but another thing, I don't think she wants to disrespect me. I think she's just a little intimidated by how I carry myself. I don't think she hates me for real because I'm really innocent. Like I really treated her son the best I could. So what you gonna do? Treat me bad still? Like no. You gonna feel like an asshole knowing that your son fucked up my life. Like there's some black women who really do be, on some bullshit. That's why I say the whole community's fucked up. I don't know why we trying to pick each other apart because it's just not true. We're all fucked up. It has something to do with this trauma we got going on between each other. And nobody's talking about that trauma that we're going through with each other. And nobody wants to. Like it's a lot of spiritual work. That's why I think that the black community is going through a special plight because we cannot accept that we are not functioning well with each other and that we also don't want to know the truth. But some of us do want to know the truth. I'm only here for the people that want to know the truth. A lot of people been unsubscribing from me. Do you think I care? We need some truth in this mix. Somebody got to tell the truth. Like somebody, and I understand that some people want to hear the truth. And those people, they tip me well. Like, picture if the one person on my live was a billionaire and they tip me. You understand? We in a new millennium. We gotta change up the talking points, man. It ain't all about who you fucking. Like, ugh, that get on my nerves. Like, can we talk about something deeper than fucking? Right. That's a good point that you're saying. Honestly, the I don't know why I can't keep the chat up long enough to read it because you're making a very good point, but I also realize that that ain't my business because it is sad, but it's like it's not my business no more. Like yeah, it's sad that she really does have to take on this burden, but clearly she won't to. So let me shut up because that what she want to do. She want to be in her masculine. I gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Baby, take care of me. Like I don't want to be in my masculine, but I have to respect that she does. Yeah, it needs to be deeper than that because the people that can only think about sex really be lacking in their finances, and that's a death sentence. You can't keep getting paid $12 an hour, bruh. In 2022, you're gonna be set back. Yeah, we gotta we really gotta stop, forcing the narrative that they gotta be feminine because they don't. I did what I told her was I'm sorry because she used to be offended because I used to be like, oh my God, you got to do so much. I truly was feeling for her. But she was offended by that because she takes pride in being strong. So you gotta respect people. Like you gotta let them. If she wanna be a mammy, let her be. What are we doing? Who are we? Let her be. She likes that role. You know what I'm saying? That's something I would not do. I'm not a mammy. You know, I was jugged into advocating for degenerate men, but if I would have knew what I was advocating for at the time, I would have never. No, because black men can't thrive if you don't tell them the truth. So I'm not down for that. I want black men to progress, so I'll be like, y'all niggas acting like bitches. You know what I'm saying? But the mammies be like, Kane, Kane, but no, they're not progressing for you. But that's because they like that role. They like to control these men. So we got to learn to understand and have discernment. If you're a black woman and you want to be in your femininity, that you're going to have to separate yourself from these women, and period. You're right, yeah. Yeah, she got offended because I had sympathy towards her. See, you smart, melted chocolate, because you know what? That's the crowd. You are the type of crowd I'm trying to attract. It's not going to be a lot of us because you have intellectual property to understand those things. Like honestly, like yeah. Yeah, he lacks in a lot of masculinity, right? I have a son, you know? I have a son, so it but honestly, I have an intellectual property, so I'm able to still parent my son in a way where he gets that he has to be a boy because I don't coddle him. I'm very intentional with my son on purpose because sons are fragile, especially when it's a mother talking to a son. So sometimes I'll be like, boy, toughen up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of the times I don't hit my son. Sometimes I'll tag him just to know I'm mama, but I don't really hit my son because he's going to be stronger than me one day. So I let him be a boy, you know, because you can't overpower your son or you're going to break him. And he's going to hate women. And that's what the whole issue is with these negroids. These black men, these women had beat them, understand? You know, they was beat by their mothers. That's not really a mother's role to beat their son. So they be breaking these little boys and then they hate women when they grow up. My mom is very masculine. Right. There's a healthy way of doing that, but you have to be intellectual. And a lot of black women aren't. A lot of black people aren't. So it really is that's why I'm not worried about my son for real. You know, Thea G, she'd be like, if you have a son, I feel sorry for you. A lot of these women say that, and I'm just like, I think my son will be fine. And I'm going to try to find men for him. Like I'm not going to try to replace a man in his life. I'm not a man. Don't celebrate me for Father's Day. Don't do that. But you know, that's why I'm saying I want to put some compassion into the black community because it ain't none. It really is too cold. We cussing each other out and it's just negative. It's just sad, you know. It's sad that I don't have 1,000 people on my live because I speak positivity. But I don't care. I just don't care. But it's just like the negative stuff is too entertaining for us. We gotta switch that up. Like we want to see each other get beat up and cussed out, and I just don't want that for me, cause I'm good at that. If you want me to cuss some people out, Right. Yeah, right. Well, see, that's the weird part about our community coddling men, you know? It's a trauma response. Coddling men is a trauma response to weak men. So it's really weird. It's a weird phenomena because we need men to be men. As black women, we need them to be men and not women. So because a woman cannot fulfill that space of a man, she can't. She's gonna break her back. Like period. That's why I realized that the family that I had kids with is not or God ordained because I can't stop feeling sorry for them. And when I feel sorry for them, they get so mad. And I swear to God, I don't mean it that way. So I just need to move on because I don't want to constantly offend them. Because I got a different understanding. I'm a progressive black person. Yeah. I mean, I feel like eventually people will catch on because it's too much negativity. It's just like it's gonna break human beings. Like like the whole species is gonna be broken because it's too much negativity. Yeah, yeah. The men are too lazy. I mean, that's why I'm here for the divested black woman. And I know there's not a lot of divested black women, but I don't care. I'm here for the couple that really want to live life in their natural divinity. Because when I see my mom and she's all in her masculine, she really, really looks bad. Like I'm telling you, she looks bad. And my mom's super cute. I think she's so cute and she's so smart. But since she's in her masculine and she's not willing to change that, it's killing her. A woman cannot fulfill a man's shoes, which is constantly providing and constantly analyzing and being logical. Like women are flowy, you know. If you can't flow as a woman, you're gonna be in bad shape. It's gonna make you stiff. It's gonna make you not flexible. Women are supposed to be flexible. Like you supposed to be like you know what I mean? But black women be stiff as hell. Not drinking enough water. That's my voice like this now. Cause I've been in my masculinity too long. I'm just stressed out. But now that like I finally get a chance to relax because the kids are here, like I'm not about to squander this time. Like I don't know what YouTube's gonna bring, but I'm really just trying to fix my real fucking life. And this is me venting it out. Like regardless of who watching, I'm in so much pain. Like y'all don't understand. Like being in my masculinity is painful. That's why I feel sorry for black women who don't get it. Like you're in pain. You can't do this, girl. Like you cannot be a man. You're gonna break yourself. Like I'm in so much pain, y'all, from being in my masculine for too long. Like, like I'm sorry for the people who don't understand that law, that science. You know, look, my mom is naturally very feminine. Like in the gene pool, I would say we're very attractive people. So my mom is not overweight. She's blessed in that area because I'm blessed in that area. My dad's very athletic too, but like her face is sunken. Her bags are very dark. Like it's like she had to really crucify herself to be this bad looking because she's really exceptionally attractive. So that's what's so sad looking at my mom, particularly, is that she's like went too far because she's already really exceptionally attractive, and to be unattractive because you're going through so much is like, girl, I can't respect you. You gotta, what? You're going too far. You need to, you should look. I told my mom to look in the mirror because she looks like death. Because she's in her masculine, for real. I don't need no man. I'm like, girl, I need a man. And not in the way that my man takes the place of God, because there's always God. But what I ask God is, you know my heart, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want a husband for me, I will be in my femininity in God. But to be masculine, just to choose that role as a woman, it's going to break you. Yeah, see, my mom, I mean, I get what you're saying. My mom is just showing her decline in her health in a different way. That's all. She's just not showing it in her weight, but she's showing it in her skin, her face. No, I don't want to, yeah, I don't want to, it's like this. I'm dependent because women are dependent. So if I can't be dependent on a man, I'll be dependent on God. Seriously, like I'm trying to show black women in real time how to depend on healthy things because women are dependent. See, when black women lose is when they fail to realize that you cannot be independent and be feminine. Like, good luck. Look, good luck. So that's why I ask for money. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in a really tight spot, I'm as honest as I can be, and I'm transparent because I want to stay in my femininity. Like, y'all, I can't be no more masculine. I need help. You know what I'm saying? So in the last 2 days, I made $300 and got to pay my phone bill. That meant a lot to me because I don't want to be in my masculine. Like, I'm telling you, that's going to break you. Like, my body hurts, y'all. Like, I feel sorry for black women who can't speak up for themselves, and they stay in a masculine and they be breaking themselves. That's when they start getting cancer, diabetes. Just do the statistics. Seriously, you can. I don't know what else to say to black women, for real. It is hard doing things by yourself as a woman in a man driven society. Well, I'm here to tell black women you don't have to be masculine. That's all I'm here for. I want y'all to see people take care of me in real time. But you have to serve. You have to serve. You don't have to work, but you have to serve people. So you have to put your energy out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My health has took a plummet real fast. Yeah. That's why I'm staying in. Look, why do you think my kids didn't go to foster care, but they with their grandma instead? Because I was vulnerable. You understand? Like, a lot of black women be like, I ain't gonna ask for help. So now your kids in the system. Like, what the fuck? You can't be that. You can't be so selfish. Like, you gotta stay in your role. That's what black men be mad about because we don't stay in our role. And look, that's not a pass to black men, but I'm just saying we both of us got issues in this community that is trauma driven. And until we realize that from a intellectual standpoint, we gonna lose as a community. That's why I don't care to renege on this community because black people don't want to have a deeper thought process. I don't got time for that. Look, it's 2022. If you want to live, you better have a deeper thought process than boobs and dick and pussy. Like, You gotta think deeper than that. That's very animalistic and it's unsustainable. It's unsustainable. Like black people are very antisocial. To be honest, I don't know and I don't care because I was gonna thug it out. Honestly. Because I'm leaving this apartment so nobody can find me because I want to make it this time. For real. I want to break generational curses, which is one of the curses being antisocial. Like, black people is too scared to even get on YouTube. Like, I'm not scared of looking like nothing. I'm meeting people. Like, this is the new way of meeting people. So you can get out of that old habit. Like, a lot of black people live like it's like 1902, where you have to walk door to door to meet people. Like, no, it's 2022 and you can meet people from across the world. Think about that. Like, I could be talking to somebody from China right now, telling them what's going on in America. Like, yo, they're lying on the news. As we could see in Ukraine. Right, exactly. Or if they're like me or Cynthia G talking about black people's issues, but other than that, black people hide behind the keyboard, like they get scared to have one on one. Because I offer one on one Zoom calls. A lot of people are nervous, for real. And it's like, why are you nervous? It's 2022. You got an antisocial problem. Like, what I'm gonna do? Like, yeah, people be crazy, but that's where you have to be deeper in your intellect. Like, understand when people are crazy on this motherfucker. You understand? Like, understand. Like, you could feel it when people are crazy. Like, you can feel it. Like, you gotta have discernment. You can't just trust everything you see on the internet, but have discernment. That's why some people looked at me and was like, oh, she doing this for views. Oh, like, no, nigga, I'm actually in a crisis right now. Stupid. Like, I'm really trying to get away from my boyfriend. Stupid. Like, you gotta have discernment. That's why the people who understood that I wasn't faking sent me money and they helped my life. Picture if everybody else had discernment, I would have been like moved out of this apartment by now and safe. I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm not doing it for views, but I'm not lying. You don't have to lie to get views, is what I was trying to say. Because, yeah, everybody wants views on YouTube. I mean, that's kind of like the point. But when you start lying to people, that's where you're crossing the line. You're gonna get karma. Guy gonna smite your ass for that. It always catches up. Like for instance, Kevin Samuels, like he's clearly a scam artist, but people are viewing that man and paying him. But God is gonna get him. You can't do that because it's just a new level of things. Like it's a new level to do things. Like we gotta understand that for real. Cause there's gonna be a lot of liars. You gonna fall for everything. Like for real. Like I'm really on here being vulnerable. Like I'm lonely right now. Like I'm on here because I'm lonely. I'm processing like the community. Like I'm looking at things deeper. It's not really a popular topic because it's so real. I mean, I plan on changing the trajectory of this channel to my other channel where I am being more of a businesswoman, but I am like at such a low point that I can't even give y'all business shit right now because I'm at such a low point. And the point of my channel right now is to show other black women because there's so many of us. Like I'm being the scapegoat for black women to see if you're going through this to get your ass up out of, like, get out your spiritual self. There's a lot of black women, specifically black women, behind closed doors getting their ass beat, getting financially abused, spiritually abused, physically abused. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of us, an alarming amount of us behind closed doors suffering. And I'm just being the scapegoat. That's all. Like, seriously. It's it's really alarming how many black women are behind closed doors suffering in silence. Like, you don't have to do that no more. Like, we're not Ike and Tina no more. Like, tell on that nigga. Tell on that nigga. Like, for real. Like, no. Because there's a lot of us dying. You don't think that 5.5 hours, every 5.5 hours, black women are dying. That don't alarm nobody? Like, fuck that. Y'all tweaking. It alarms me enough to save at least myself. Like, I want to survive. It's embarrassing seeing all these black women dying. Like, girl, you... I'm like rolling my eyes. I'm so desensitized from it. It's not even that the world is tough. Like, it's not even that the world is tough. It's an intellectual problem. Because if black women understood their plight, they would get out of it. There's a lot of black women just dying by the hands of people just because they don't have the intellect to just get out. Okay, you see dangerous tendencies. Why are you still around this person? These black women are letting black men abuse them and kill them because they just don't want to come to grips that something's wrong with this person, or something is wrong with this community. You know, they don't want to come to grips because I'm telling you, I came to grips. I used to be a mammy. I came to grips because I did the intellectual work. Like, oh, you're crazy. Let me get away from you by all means necessary. Like, no. Yeah, that's an issue. That's a very bad issue. Like, that's why I'm on this live, because I'm testing myself. I'm not comfortable with doing this. Understand? But there's so many black women in isolation because it's like, okay, it's the cycle of abuse, whether it be your mama, your daddy, your family. Then you often get in abusive relationships because there's so much abuse in the parent home, the family dynamic, that you're so used to abuse that you get in an abusive relationship, and then boom, and then if you have a realization, if you don't get killed, if you have a realization, then you end up in isolation because you're so traumatized by the reality. So you just cut yourself off from the world, but that's dangerous too. So it's just like, yeah, I'm trying to break a generational curse right now because we are dying behind closed doors and not saying nothing about it. Like, no, I'm trying to say something about it. I don't care how awkward it is. Mm. But okay, say so. What you said was, it's sad seeing it, but you gotta understand that she don't have to be in that sad situation. That's what black women need to stop doing. The odds are not against you. You have trauma. So you think the odds are against you. It's not. You need to deal with your trauma so you understand that the world is a pretty understanding place. You don't have to torture yourself being a single mother. You can get help. That's why I'm trying to show you. Like, I just got help. Understand? Like, instead of worrying about them being gone, I need to worry about myself. So I'm going to show y'all that I'm going to self-care. Like, self-care yourself. I got help with my kids. Regardless of who, I got help. And now I'm going to go to the doctor. Like straight up, I'm going to go to the doctor. Like, black women, care about yourself, girl. Get out of trauma. The thing is, she ain't even gotta cancel the baby shower. She just gotta get a man who's gonna support her. There's plenty of them, even with a kid, even with a newborn. But black women just have their self-esteem is in the gutter. So they don't know that they have the ability to have a good life. I don't, yeah, but guess what? Even still, that's what I'm trying to, it's a spiritual thing. You got to tap in on the spiritual realm, black women. Even if your family don't support you, there's a God. They are not, they cannot trump God. See, God will balance it out. If you have a bad family, he will give you a good family there are complete strangers called YouTube. Hell, it's crazy. But you gotta feel worthy. You gotta feel worthy that somebody's gonna take care of you. You gotta stand on your 10 toes and be like, get out of trauma and be like, regardless of my family, somebody's gonna take care of me. Understand? It's a mind fuck. You gotta understand spirituality. The world is really not that bad unless you make it. If you're in trauma, you're gonna be paranoid. If you're in trauma, you can be like, this person gonna fuck me over, that person gonna fuck this, that. But when you're not in trauma, that's why black people be hating on white people, because white people be like, how you doing, Billy? They be chilling, you know? Gotta find the right people. And there's always somebody. There's too many people on this planet to just, so everybody not fucking with you. There's billions of people. And we got internet now. There's nobody's gonna fuck with you. Like, damn, you tweaking. Everything ain't that bad, you know? So that's why I feel sorry for black people, because it's just about having an intellect. And black people just don't trust shit. And it's to their own detriment. And I don't want to be that black person. And then when black people see that you're breaking that, that matrix, they start hating on you and try to kill your ass. And it's just funny. Like, I'm just like, bro. I'm trying to get far from the community. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't gonna kill me because I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. I get it. I'm not taking care of myself. I get it. I can learn the system without my family. I get it. I'm in trauma. I get, you gotta want to get it. Black people don't be wanting to get the system of life or anything. Just lazy. Understand? We're not at a disadvantage. You just gotta, you might have to learn differently, but you just gotta want to learn. It's okay. I'm breaking that same matrix. It's hard. Like I said, I'm not comfortable on YouTube. This is a test for me. I'm rambling on because it's very uncomfortable. But you got to understand that I just also made $300 in 2 days off of just telling people, like, I need help. Understand? Like, why are you letting yourself get so low? Yep. Like, you don't have to suffer no more. It's already bad enough. Like, you gotta learn, you gotta understand that there is truly a new world order. That's not a conspiracy theory. Like, it's true. They're trying to change the world as we know it. So if you don't understand we're not in 1902, you're gonna be like, so many of our people are gonna perish due to lack of knowledge. Like when my baby daddy said, Lord, I really hate repeating what this man say, because it'd be like, are you that dumb? Like, I'm just like, whoa. But he said like something about Christianity, being our downfall. I'm like, I'm not a Christian. So what are you talking about? Like, I'm like, I don't have to be a Christian to read the Bible. Like, I'm not a Christian. So what are you talking? I was like so lost. I'm like, wait, I'm not a Christian. So it's just like, why are you bringing up the Bible to debunk this conversation that has nothing to do with it? The Bible still, if you just read it and have an intellectual property, you will see that it makes sense as a book of law instead of putting Christianity in it, because Christianity is what's fucking up the Bible. If you just read it, you'll be like, does sound like this is the way of being a good human being. Like if you analyze it and take the religion out of it, it's like, you know, there was some real niggas in the Bible, like for real, if you just read it. But it was just like, wow, we have to go further than all this trauma. You gotta learn. You gotta learn the laws of life. That's all I'm gonna say. You gotta learn how life works so you can stop taking these L's. Like, like I'm passionate about not taking no more L's, y'all. You gotta make yourself a brand. You don't even have to be like exceptionally attractive. None of that. You just gotta understand how humans work. And a lot of our family members, yes, the book of Job is my life right now and I love it. Adversity is good for me. Like I am in so much pain right now. It's embarrassing. Like you don't know, y'all. My feet, my legs, my skin, my teeth. You don't even know. I'm going through so I look so good, but I'm telling you, on the inner side of me, I'm going through it. Like my teeth falling out my mouth. Like I am learning that that's the plight. Understand? Like black women are killing themselves because they are not they're in their masculine. They're killing themselves. That's why it depresses me seeing my family. That's why I'm in isolation to the utmost power. Like I have nobody to call. I'm on YouTube rambling. That's how alone I am. Like my kids ain't even here. I'm like, whoa. You can't do life alone like this. Black women. Whoever's behind, if you on this live and three people keep talking to me and you in isolation, you need to get out. You gotta start something. You gotta have some connection. What? I love my, like on my live, you might see me get a little flustered, but I get used to that. Like, even like right now, I wish I was flustered by their presence. I love my kids. They're my friends. Like, yeah, we live together. We're gonna get on each other's nerves, but my kids, I take my kids seriously because there's not a lot of black women, especially who their parents took them seriously. So I take my kids seriously. There's some friendly people in Atlanta, but I'm going through trauma. You understand? I'm like low class right now because of my self esteem. And a lot of black women are going through this, even very attractive ones like me. Like, my self esteem is too low to even enter society. That's crazy. Like, I'm in too much pain to work for real. But I'm good. I don't need no, this ain't no pity party. I'm just trying to be authentic. You know, like I'm trying to, because there's a lot of women who need to see this, like for real, a lot. A lot. I just don't mind for some reason being the scapegoat because it's really embarrassing. I'm embarrassed right now. I'm embarrassed. But I'm getting over it. This is the way. This is the 2022 way of getting over it. Like just tell people you're going through it. Stop acting perfect. I'm not perfect. I was drinking. Like, I'm going through it. My kids ain't with me. I want my kids. My baby daddy treat me like shit. I just want to be authentic because there's so many people lying about, like, that's why social media is so toxic, because everybody's trying to be perfect and they're not. And I don't want to be like that, because it's very tiring and toxic to yourself when you're trying to be perfect and you're not. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm too tired. My body hurt like like I need to go to the doctor, y'all. I need to go to the doctor. Not on no pity shit, just for real. Black women, go to the doctor. Black men, go to the doctor. It's a phenomenon that only black people get, because everybody else be trying to go to the doctor. Telling you, like, it's sad. It's sad. Like, it's sad. Every 5.5 hours, black women are getting killed and not caring about themselves. Yeah, I'm relaxing. I gotta look. I got my unicorn little robe on, no makeup. I'm crusty. I'm just talking to y'all because I'm just so lonely. The three people in here, I'm just lonely, like unnaturally. Unnaturally. Like, black women don't have no support. Like, if you really see, black people like to clown Mexicans. But if you really look at them from a like a human need standpoint, they be sticking together because it's a human need to want to stick together. So if you don't have that as a human, you start to break down. Your sense of reality start getting weird. Like, you start being paranoid. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. No, I'm gonna be fine. I'm fine. I'm just being honest. Yeah, family values. Everybody else has them but us. That's why there needs to be a close knit community of black people who want to have unity, regardless of the race, because we need unity. But no, once again, I'm doing this because God is telling me to show people how vulnerable I am. Because there's way too many black women dying, y'all. Don't nobody care. You don't think that's crazy? Like, I mean, picture me and what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying and picturing so many black women not getting on live telling their story. Just suffering. Just suffering. Because if I wasn't on here, I'd just be suffering. I am suffering. I'm suffering. My life is crazy right now. You don't have to be jealous. That's the thing. You could just find your community. That's why you're talking to me. Because for some reason, I resonate with you. So you feel comfortable for you being on a live with me with a stranger for 50 minutes. Because something about me you're resonating with. I'm like your family. That's why it's so 1902 to be suffering. Why? They do purposefully do it, but honestly, it's just a trauma response. That's why I keep trying to tell people. If you listen to this video from the beginning, this is about black people trauma bonding. Everybody's in a disillusion. Like, it's an illusion that you don't have support. You do. It just might not be from the people you expect it to be from. So it's up to black women to understand that you are in a trauma response if you think that you don't have no support, because you do. You do. You do. You do. You do. Just might not look like who you think it should come from. Don't suffer in silence. You're like, I realize that I put myself in isolation because I'm scared, because I'm in trauma. I don't trust nobody. I had too many experiences where I've been deceived. But that was because all the red flags was there. I just didn't have discernment. I have discernment now. I really trust myself now more than ever. Like, I do. That's why I'm on here now being vulnerable, because I trust myself for once. Like, damn. Like, damn, I put the pain that I'm feeling is self-inflicted. Like, I can't even move for real right now because I put myself through this, because I put myself in isolation because of trauma instead of going to get medical help. Understand? I'm really passionate. Like, I'm dedicating myself to showing women or people, like, look, it's, it's not that. Sorry, there's too many people that have trauma right now, especially in the community, because they're not keeping up with technology. You cannot live like how we used to be, where everything was in isolation. We're kind of like your family because you're in proximity. Like, there's so many more standards now. The whole community, and especially black people, they got trauma. So that's why if you're a divested person, you got to understand that you really can't deal with people with trauma, and that you should stop taking it personally. Stop taking it personal. Because black women are taking black men personal. They got trauma. They're not able, like, they collectively could not handle whatever happened to them, like, from generation to generation. So instead of getting mad at black men, just leave them alone until they ready to be spiritual about it. No more trauma bonding. Mm-mm. Progressive thinking. If I wasn't in such isolation for so long, I'm so behind on technology that all I can do is rent right now to show dedication. Because if I understand how to work my damn MacBook, I would be cranking out courses on how y'all can break this, like, cycle. Yeah, no. I don't want to keep pondering on the negativity. I want to show people how to break the cycle, cuz y'all seeing me in real time break the cycle. Just a week or two ago, y'all watched me, like, get into it with my baby daddy. So embarrassing. And now you seeing that he's not here, and not even my kids. Cuz you're going to have to buckle down. You're gonna have to get help, and tomorrow you're gonna see me heal myself. I'm gonna keep getting on here so y'all see the process in real time. I could barely talk right now. My ass is out on this motherfucking YouTube. Very. All I know how to do is push live. I got Skillshare. I do. Like, right now, like, I'm telling y'all, I got stories about saving strippers, saving drug addicts. I did all of these things. Like, I have a lot of knowledge on some crazy psychological shit that black people be going through. I can't say I've gotten raped. Like, I had a little nigga molest me, but not really rape, but I kind of understand it. I don't try to teach things that I don't understand. But, like, the black community is a deep and dark whole. To be honest, he sells weed, and honestly, he does a good job at it. But that's not the type of lifestyle I want to live. So it irks him because it's like, okay, I'm coming home with money, but it ain't enough because we argue so much that it gets behind, and it's just like a catch up game. And it's just, I'm gonna tell, that's why I tell people, like, my baby daddy is not an evil person. It's not like he don't love me. He don't know how to be a man. Like, that's why I'm like, let's stop talking about black men, because I don't think they're as demonic as we think. I think they're just misled and don't know how to be men, like, for real. Like, they're like cavemen. They don't understand the structure of manhood. I'm not trying, that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to, I'm at a stage in my life that I'm really not trying to save the black community. You're just seeing my real process. That's all. Like, I'm at this stage in my life where I'm exiting the black community. Like, I used to be advocating for degenerate males, all that. But it's a process to this. It's a process. Like, you can't just come to the realization and still be in the black community, because if you're in the black community, you're probably in poverty. And if I had the money to just jump out of the community, oh baby, I'll be gone. But it's like a purgatory, if you will. Like, it's like I'm in the middle of my salvation in the black community, because I just don't have enough money to leave. Because if I had the money, we would not be having this conversation, okay? If I had the money, I would not be talking about this. I would be going to the doctor. My voice is dry as hell. And it's been like this for a minute. I'm been through a lot of trauma. Like, and then I had a C-section. I couldn't relax. It was just like, there was just like word curses spoken over me. I got a lot of trauma. I'm getting through a lot of trauma. Because when we get into it, he'll renege on all the bills. So like, it was like a cycle of, he would be making the money, but he'd be overwhelmed. And then we get into it. Then he'll quit, and then he'll leave for a month, and then realize, damn, that's fucked up. Let me come back. But now everything's behind because you left me. Like, that's like the cycle that black women keep going through. Like, for real. It's like so toxic. It's so toxic because they don't know how to be men for real. They're losers. I mean, I don't want to say that because it's negative. I'm just trying to, instead of saying loser, I'm just trying to say that they don't understand manhood. They don't. Wink, wink, loser. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a man and you don't understand manhood, then you're taking an L. But they don't know that. I mean, I don't have no doubt, you know what I'm saying, that a good man will come help me, because now I understand that I was looking for the wrong type of man. The black women aren't taught discernment when it comes to manhood. Because if we knew manhood as women, we would not pick black men. So, yeah, I'm not going to keep on talking about this because, honestly, I'm over it. I'm here to tell y'all that I'm grateful. Like, we got to get out of the hate narrative. For real. That shit is old. You're seeing me in my, like, really, I'm super vulnerable right now. But tomorrow, I want to show you I want to do better than this talking points. Like, is the Sin G era going to be over? Because I'm not going to lie, I don't want to hear that shit no more. Like, between her and Kevin Samuels, I'm just like, it's too negative. Like, I don't want to talk about these dudes. Like, there was a whole black dude on here, wishing death upon me, but it didn't affect me because it's so old. Like, Yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be positive. I want to tell y'all something about God. I don't care if it's just two of y'all. The whole ride. If I could just be positive, because we take too much. Like Sin G got 100K followers off of just calling black men bitches. Yeah, they are, but damn, like it's just negative. It's not helping for real. It's just making them madder. That's the one thing now. I set my baby daddy off, calling him a bitch. Like, no, no, no. Because honestly, that didn't even make me feel good calling that nigga a bitch. Whether or not he was like, if I was mature, I'd just leave. Don't call that nigga a bitch. He don't want to hear that shit. Like, come on, who wanna be called a bitch? Even if you're being one, like, just walk away. Walk away. Like, you acting like bitch. Just analyze and walk away. Just don't adding fuel to the fire is getting annoying for real. Cause we gotta stop talking about this. We need to be talking about what's going on in the economy. Yeah, it's repetitive as hell. Yeah, I don't I don't. Mm-mm. No, I'm not saying that Sinji didn't serve her purpose. Like I really respect her. I couldn't do it. It's just too negative, and her health is declining because of it. It's tiring. So I don't know. I'm passionate about just black people deserve to just be in peace. Just learn how to be peaceful for real. Because I feel so isolated because I'm not willing to have these talking points. Like my family is negative. So I don't feel like I could talk to them. And then my baby daddy, he's negative. And then his family's negative. And it just like I stand on the fact that I don't want to do this. I'm like my body hurts, y'all. Like I'm just like and then they're like, "Well, why you want to go to the white community?" I just want to find positive anything at this point. Damn. Damn. Like when I'm around white folks, like they just don't seem to be as negative. That's all. Like that's all. Like, ugh. I can't believe it's my life. Like, damn, black women, you gotta heal yourself. Cause I'm about to go to bed right now.